Hello, anyone, everyone, and no one. My name is SlackLizard, and welcome back to Let's Play Bedrock. And first things first is I need to grab this remote over here, turn that air conditioner off, because that might have been bleeding through there. And if it was, apologies about that. So, today, let's play Bedrock. What have we been up to here recently? Well, in the last few episodes, we did some trial chambers with a friend of ours named Goob. We've been working on our little tree houses here. We have a skeleton spawner down below. And today, I feel like I want to do something up here on the surface. Leave that away. Leave that away? That's not exactly the phrase I'm looking for here. Leave this area alone today and work up here. Now, in the last few live streams that I've done over on twitch.tv/SlackLizard, I have been doing a lot of fishing. And I mean a lot of fishing. If we were to come up here and go up inside this treehouse here, over here somewhere, yeah, you can see the amount of fishing that I've done. We've got quite a lot of fish, and I haven't even been saving all that. And we've got a lot of books here, and a lot of books here, and I've been saving up additional rods because on occasion I like to let people on this world with me. I think it's a fun interaction to do with the community, and one of the simplest and easiest things to do is just sometimes just hang out and fish and just chat and talk about life and games and everything else. So that leaves me to wanting to build a place to fish. Now, it's not necessarily a place to fish. We can fish anywhere around here. It's more of a place of where we're going to store everything from fishing. And I kind of want to stick to the tree theme of what I've been doing this season. Goodness gracious, I have like no logs whatsoever. We're going to have to end up probably chopping down some trees before I can do this. But yes, a place to store all the loot from fishing. Which means, first things first today, is I'm going to have to chop down some trees. I'm going to have to chop down some trees to gather up some logs. I'm going to have to gather up some leaves. And I need to actually run all the way down here to the bottom because I kind of want to try to incorporate almost a straw roof into whatever the fishing shack is where we're going to be storing items. I say fishing shack, but as I said, part of me wants to make this a tree. And part of me, I need that right there. I need the fortune. Wants to build a classic everyday little fishing house. So I'm not entirely sure which way we're going to be going with this, but either which way it is, I'm going to need resources. We're going to need logs, leaves, and hay. Oh man, I just realized that the hay is going to be one of those crops that when we harvest it, the only thing we net from the fortune is going to be the seeds. We actually do not get extra hay from that. That's one of the few crops that, while fortune does affect it, it really doesn't affect it in the way that I want it to. So I think we might have to temporarily come over here and even remove all these crops for the time being and fill this whole thing here up with wheat. Eventually, we're going to get around to getting villagers and iron farms and all the farms that we need, but it's just the beginning of this series and the slow grind that I am really enjoying at this moment in time, and I don't want to rush into it quite yet. I mean, I don't have a problem with us getting into the late game, but I just feel like I'm really trying to milk this beginning game. I mean, that's only 30 wheat right there. That's not going to give us, but what, 3? Wow, 3 more bales of hay. That's a little bit on the low side. And if I were to check here, well, we do have 60 there. We have no additional hay bales there. So in a grand total, 10. Yeah, I have a feeling I am going to have to do a little bit of resource grinding to get all this situated out. Plus, we need ourselves another tree here before we even begin on where we're going to store all the loot from these crops. I mean, we could bring another one in there, but I don't feel like that's the right call. Let's actually come down here and look at the ground real quick. Can I make that fall? Yes, I can. I really kind of want to keep this where we can still walk in between all of this and still get sky access. Maybe we'll come out the side of this one We'll build ourselves another one right here. I think we might have enough materials that we could go ahead and do that before I do my stream today in order to gather up some more resources. We got 32 logs there, which is not a lot of logs, but we may not need a lot of logs in order to do what I want to do. So if we come over to right over here, yeah, let's actually back that back up one here. Let's take that back out, get some of this out of the way here. And let's say we were to start the base of our tree, like right here. We'll work out some detail with it a little bit later. Ooh, we might even be able to tie into this one too. Add in a few logs going this way. Branch out a couple of more over here. And even go that way just a little bit. Now, if we were to grab just our leaves here and just cover all this up about like so. We're going to have to temporarily add a torch or two up here because I don't want mobs spawning up here. We'll just take this on over like so. And I kind of want to work into that tree too. The beautiful thing about it is we can expand upon that. So if we just take this and go that way, we need to temporarily work our way back into here. Let's make that so that we can have another crafting table. We'll throw you down here, make ourselves a few planks, and then we'll switch those over to slabs. Let's grab 12 of those. Can we? That's fortune. Where are we going to come in? You know, we might actually come into this at a very good spot. We'll just carry that over, remove that, do something like that, pull up the leaves here. That should give us a pretty good entry point into this. We'll take that back. The only thing I don't like about this is the fact that we're walking over the crops directly. Would it look too weird if we were to pull across and along the side there? We have a few more. Actually, I don't need to make any more. I've got all kinds of slabs right here. But if we were to just walk this maybe like so, might be more of a tight fit, but I think it actually may work better than trying to come into this from the side. Let's knock all that back out, and then that's not the block I'm looking for, excuse me. That is. We'll go ahead and replug that. We'll take this one out. Maybe, just maybe, that'll work coming into this. I feel like we need kind of a rail on the side of this. Maybe we can take, if we have any, let's go over here. Do we have any trapdoors around here? No, it doesn't look like it in any of those boxes. What about in here? Do we have any trapdoors? Trapdoors? No. Maybe. No, we got planks. All right, let's make some oak trapdoors. I feel like we're going to change these out in due time. I actually want to change these planks out in due time too. I think we might have to go get some mangrove wood. I think that could look a lot better. Oh, that goes in the wrong direction. I really wanted that to go the other way. If I were to do... Nope, that's going to be the wrong thing. Let's try like there and there. Take you back out of the equation. Open, open. This could work. I don't know that we can get all the borders that I want to get though. If I do that one there, and I do that one there, that does give us some of the borders, but then we get a border like this that's going to have absolutely nothing on it. And that's kind of not the visual I want to go for. I'm not sure how we could close that off. And it is a very, very tight fit. Maybe I just need to take that back out, widen this up. I put you like that, and then I put you against that. Technically, I can get both sides, so I'd have to do that one like that, and then this one will go... Oh, I'm running out of room here. Let's do this for a moment. If I were to put you against that, that actually works pretty good. It's a tight fit. Maybe we take that back out and that, and kind of jettison that in like that. That kind of gives us a walkway where we can still get around. And maybe we're going to need more trapdoors here. We do something right here just like that to prevent us from falling down on that. Put another one there, take that out, and then another one There. That kind of gives us the rails. I like that. That turns out pretty good. I think that is going to feel a little bit too tight. Nah, not really. It works. That gets us to about right here. And then this tree's still not done. If we were just to go over just a little bit more on this side, fill up that. Let's fill out the base of this some. Even add in a couple more going up like so. I know my trees are rather unique, I guess is the best way to put it. But then again, all trees are. There's no right or wrong way to build these things. We'll just take it like that and then close that in. We'll take this one up, over, connect it up, over, up, connect that. Let's go down here and nowhere to fall safely there. Nowhere there neither, but there's also stuff down here despawning and we don't want that to happen. All right, come over here. From this view over here, it's not bad. It's a little flat on the underside, which that can be fixed relatively easy by just adding in some leaves on the bottom like so. Fill that in. I feel like we need to expand upon the roots here. Hey, my dude, what do you got? Excuse me. Come here. Come here. Come here. You have dark oak, you have vines, ferns, pale, poppy. Yeah, you don't really have anything I want. Was that mangrove? No, that's dark oak. All right. So we're going to need to chop some trees, expand this a little bit more, and connect that up to that and try to come up with storage for our crops. It's funny. We're working on crop storage first before we're working on anything else. This could end up being a, hey, I'm starting one episode to work up to another episode. But at the same time, that could allow me to potentially put out more episodes a week. I mean, the original goal of this series is to keep things short, sweet, and to the point. And honestly, I've been itching, and I mean really itching, to jump to more frequent content. I know I'm doing it like 3 days a week right now, and it's only the beginning of it. But I really think we can expand upon that. This needs a lot more. Yeah, I need some trees and I need some leaves and to gather up hay. So, as I've said before, if you've never taken part in a live stream, you should definitely come over to twitch.tv sometime, /SlackLizard and watch a stream. Join the Discord. Become part of the community. We do all kinds of community things. They play Among Us. They do, I don't even know. There's so many games, so many different games that people play inside the community. But enough rambling on here for a minute. I'm going to do a fade to black and go do a live stream, and we'll be right back. Our stream turned out to be rather successful. Not only did we gather up more wood and leaves, I also did a little bit of decorating around the area. We now have these smaller trees here. We don't talk about that spot there. And of course, just adding in some paths around here as well, just to liven up the area. Now, coming all the way back over here, let's head back up into the trees here, all the way around here. And we got a bunch of leaves there, a little bit of wood there, and I think that is enough to get going. I want to grab some jungle leaves and some oak leaves, and let's grab these slabs here because I'm curious. I love how on the texture itself, it looks like the jungle leaves are different, but sadly, they don't do that there. That's a little disappointing. While it is a little bit of a texture breakup, we're going to pretend that didn't happen, and we're going to find our way back up here real quick. I was really hoping that there would be a significant change. Maybe I will do a little bit of a texture pack modification, just so we can see that pinch of yellow in with the rest of the stuff. Now, of course, coming over here, nothing has changed at this point in time, but we're going to continue on and work our way into this one here. Chop out these tree limbs here, and hopefully stuff doesn't start decaying. And we're probably going to expand this one just a little bit too, just to make it a little bit bigger. And oh no, yeah, I did it. I did it. I can see it. The transparency on them changed. They're going to start decaying. Well, if that's going to be how it's going to be, then we're just going to go ahead and chop this out. save them before they decay and we waste them, and we will just add to this the manual way. That is part of that tree, not part of the other one yet. See how we got a stick there? I removed one too many of the natural natural wood blocks there, which caused it to just decide it wanted to nuke itself out of existence. So, moving forward from that, I kind of want to see what this looks like from down below before I try to make any decisions. Little bit thin on this side. So if we were to add in some branches going that way, I don't think we have to do much going the other way in order to make this work. And we could potentially, this little thing here needs to go, just so we can get a better view of what is going on this side right here. Knock all that out, and then from there, let's add in that and that. That tells us that we're going to go out that way. This tells us we're going to go out that way, and I don't really like the look of all this. I know, minor details here, but I don't like it. Take that one back out. That gives us a projected path that we can move towards in order to try to make this viable. And now, if memory serves me correct, I wanted to use this one for props. Let's go ahead and take that out, about like that. We wanted to expand up. I don't want to talk about it at all. Do something over this way. There's that one there. Let's do that and that. Go ahead and fill in all of this, and that should be good there. Go ahead and jump up all the sides here real quick. I think I finally figured out what is causing the whole double placement of leaves. I had that happen on that tree over there, and I think it's the natural leaves versus the ones we've mined, which is weird that it would cause that, but I think it probably deals with the decay setting. Not entirely sure, but not that big of a deal. Just some of them we have to double place here. I really want to try to put a gate here, so that's going to have to come back out. And probably put like a copper dump chest here and lock a copper golem in here to actually just sort the stuff for us. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of this series, is to test out some of the new features. And I'm not entirely sold on copper tools. I don't know if I've mentioned that in the video. I know I talked about it at one point, but I don't think it ever made it into the episode. Yeah, copper tools, I'm not really sold on. I feel like for tools like that to be beneficial, they needed a change in like all tools, maybe. There's no increase of durability. There's nothing aside from the early game here that's going to make me go, oh yeah, I want to keep using copper tools. The copper armor, on the other hand, I think that can be beneficial. Still an early on kind of thing. It's not really going to be a long-term thing for me. I'm curious of what your all's opinions are on that now, since it's been out for a little bit. But the copper golem, that I do think I'm going to find a lot of use for. And I think that right there is pretty good. So let's get... trying to remember how this works. If we actually spawn a copper golem, it spawns with one chest. Let's put you there, and then you on top of that. Good. You've gave me a copper chest. Do I need silk touch for this? I really hope I don't need silk touch. Good, I don't. We'll put that there. Then from there, let's grab some chests. A couple there, a couple there. We're gonna go ahead and fill this in here. Couple more just like that. Fill that gap in, fill that in. We're always in need of a crafting table. We will put a crafting table right here, and that also leaves us the option to put an ender chest there when we finally get some. I don't think I like that there. Excuse me. I'm gonna don't shake your head at me, dude. It'll be fine. I need to move it. Let's try. Can you get to that? Man, I know it's technically sideways there. You can. Good deal. Potatoes, carrots, wheat seed, wheat, hay bales, and that is it at this moment in time. So let's figure this out. Put a line of carrots across there, a line of potatoes there, a line of wheat, a line of hay bales, just in case I bring hay bales over here, line of seeds, and let's let this guy now get to work. While we're at it, let's head all the way back over here. Do we have any additional crops to take over? A couple carrots, couple potatoes. I think we'll set up a different tree to do the food and a different golem for that. That could become useful. And because these two trees are so close here, just going to kind of bridge their canopies together where it goes straight up into one like that. But that's about all the time we got for today. And I think that's where I'm going to go ahead and call this one an episode. We set out with 2 goals, 1 unplanned, and we did get that one accomplished. We have a storage area for our crops now. And we have another room there that we need to figure out what we're going to store in there. Maybe we'll put a copper golem in here and sort out our food in here. I don't know, but we'll leave those plans for the next episode because this episode here is done. So thanks for coming by and watching today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below. If you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing. And on that note, I'll catch all of you all in the next one. Goodbye, everybody.